Hi guys, it's Damon Squad and we're back. Okay, so today I have a special guest. This is my 6-month-old Leo. And actually, let's see what's today. Yeah, he just turned 6 months today. So this is my big boy. And so today I'm going to tell you guys a story of how I got really scared yesterday, and it had everything to do with him. But it was on my way to take my 8-year-old to meet my sister so that he could spend the night at her house. Now, my sister, she lives near Texas City. And for those of you who don't know where that is, it's near Santa Fe, on the way towards Galveston, but not as far down as Galveston is. But anyway, so I met her a little over halfway there. I met her at Beltway and 45. And so we were on our way. I had my 2 boys and had my sister's 2 boys, and they were all going to go spend the night at my other sister's house. I have 4 sisters, so she's the one who lives the furthest, and we all live in this immediate area. So our boys were going to go spend the night over there and spend time with our cousins that live out there. And so I went to go pick up my sister's boys, and everything's good. Everything's working. Nothing's going wrong. We start our drive, and of course I'm taking the Beltway, so I have to roll down the window for the tolls. And so I do that, and then once we get past the second toll, which is the final toll that I have to use on the way there, I noticed my AC started blowing hot, and I'm like, oh man, that's not good, because I have the kids in the car, and especially the baby. So I try to roll down my window that I had just rolled down to give change to the Beltway attendant, and worked just fine. And then all of a sudden my window wouldn't roll down, and so I'm panicking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, my window won't roll down. The passenger does, but I have a minivan, so the back doors, those windows don't roll down. Those are like the sliding doors, and they don't roll down. And so I'm like freaking out, because I'm like, my baby's gonna get overheated. And you know, the AC is blowing hot air, so I turn the AC off so that it's not blowing hot air in their face. And then I roll down the passenger window, but it's just not enough to cool down the car. So once we finally, and I say finally because I had to go to the bathroom so bad that it was ridiculous, and I felt like we were never going to get to our destination. Once we finally did, I got out the car, went into McDonald's, went to the bathroom. I came back out of the car, to the car, and the car was so hot at this point because now it's no longer moving, plus the AC doesn't work, and I take my baby out, and he is just, real sweaty. Not a big deal at this point, so I take him out for a while. I take the blanket off of him. My sister finally gets there. All the kids get in her car except, of course, this one. And so I'm like, okay, we need to make it back home. But I'm scared because it's Houston, and it's really, really hot outside. And, again, he's only 6 months old. And so driving, on my way back, and it's okay at first because, we're just constantly moving. There's no traffic really at this point. We were just driving along, and once we get off the Beltway, of course, Houston is full of traffic, so we get off the Beltway, we turn onto one of the streets that we need in order to get home, and, baby seems okay at first, but then it's such stop and go traffic, and it's not a consistent, moving. And like I said, the windows don't roll down in the back. My window wouldn't roll down all of a sudden out of nowhere, and then all we had was the passenger window down, and that's not enough air to get to him the right way. I was sweating, and I'm in the front seat where the window's down, so I know he's not getting near enough air. So once we get to a certain point, he's like crying, and so I get scared, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, he's gonna overheat. So I had to stop at a Family Dollar, get him out the car, cool him down, give him a little bit of water from one of his bottles, and then made him a bottle of milk, and he drank a little bit of that. And I was like, okay, we got to get back on the road so we can get home and get you cooled down. So we got back in the car and started driving. Didn't get very far down the road before I had to stop again. Like, the first time we stopped, I ended up taking off his clothes, his onesie. I took off his bib, I took off his socks, I took everything off of him. So I'm like, okay, at this point, we're stopping again for the second time. I get him out, I cool him down again, I give him a little bit of water, and then I give him his bottle of milk that I had already made him. And then we get back on the road, and finally, this time, I managed to make it all the way home. But I called my husband, I was like, you need to hurry up and get out here. He came, and he, got him real quick into the house and under some AC, and it's scary, guys. It's a scary feeling when this all of a sudden happens on a very, very long drive. Like, if it was a short drive, it wouldn't have been as significant, but it was a very long drive. It took forever to get back home because we had to keep stopping because he was overheating. And then, I don't know, it just occurred to me, like, people leave their babies in the car. Their babies die in the car of overheating. And I just could not imagine. Like, he was crying when I'm sitting there taking his clothes off, the windows down, he's, getting him out, cooling him off, and he's still overheated to the point where he's crying, where he's irritated, he's not comfortable, he's sweating so much. I just could not imagine these babies that are left in cars, like, overheating and dying from that. Like, that is just heartbreaking. Like, I don't understand how that happens. Like, not that I'm saying that I'm perfect. I'm not perfect. Obviously, things happen. But to leave your baby in a boiling hot car for even 2 minutes is devastating. Like, very devastating. I mean, they can't handle as much as we can. Like, after I get out the gym and I sit in the car with all the windows up and that's my sauna time, okay, I can handle that. But a little baby cannot handle that. Like, that is way too much. And I just couldn't even fathom the thought. Like, that is insane to me. So, I don't know, guys. That was just a little story for you. I got really scared yesterday. I was trying to stay calm for him and keep him, cool down and make sure that he was cared for the best that he could. We did go to his doctor today, but of course I used a different vehicle because we needed to get that checked. I don't know what went wrong with the AC, but it's the middle of the summer and I know it happens. It just was unfortunate to happen on such a bad day. Okay, well, that's it for now, guys. If you have any thoughts about this, or you've had experience with it, or maybe you can just relate in any way, drop a comment below, like the video, share with your friends. Also, visit us on our other social media sites. We do have an Instagram. We have a Facebook, and I put my personal Snapchat out there. So if you'd like to tune in there, we would love to have you. Also, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button above, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.